Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Brooklyn. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They start on the ground with Elliott. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. To the air. Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has
in trouble, and he's taken down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
To try again after the sack, Jackson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one good for 26 and a first down. To throw is Jackson.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Well, hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away to his left. He finds his man, complete. It's Richardson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Jackson. And this one too low. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines.
But now it's 3rd and goal. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 8 yards out.
And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Odafe Oweh.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
He's had a great season, plenty of touchdown passes, but that last throw, not one of his finer moments as it was returned for a touchdown on the pick 6. Now he starts again here, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. On play action, Allen. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen
locates Hardman for another catch.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. (21-0) our score after 1. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt.
We're down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Odafe Oweh. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. the prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson forced out to his left. That'll be caught by Anderson. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish.
And Andrews lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
Inside the 20.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurt. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Completes it to Hardman. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dawson Knox from 21 yards away.
And the Barons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple. Yards shy of the 30. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing it.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there, and big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
And complete to... Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well,
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Hines. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Rolling to his left. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Straight ahead running. Here's McFarland.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick.
Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Throwing on first down is Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again on second down. Allen. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where you see the final score there. The Eagles finish off a dreadful campaign with another loss. They could muster just 1 win all season, 1-16, as they get ready for big changes ahead. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Dameon Pierce, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And, Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him. But, you know, the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make. And that way, he try and get his confidence back up.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now it's Jackson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jackson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. On the give, this is their fullback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Allen. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard Hard loss there on the first down sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Allen.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Tucker with a... extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game...
Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 2nd and 12, Allen.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Throwing is Allen on third. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
On third and long, it's Allen. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now,
he's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout, and they hook up again for another big play.
They run with Hines. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8. Coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on 1st down. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Oh, it's a wobbler here. Had a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Odafe Oweh, his 2nd sack of the night.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back. 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got the first down and more, and he'll be brought down at the 27.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This pass is caught by London.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Allen now looks to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now. Just 2. Minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On is the punter Hekker as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
Throwing here, Mariota on the move to his left. That is caught by Anderson. A beautiful fake.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
After the costly interception late, good job by him to keep it himself that time. Just tuck it, run it, and scramble for the marker. Don't give the coverage another chance at taking it away from you.
The quick slant caught. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly